What if you're missing out on hundreds of thousands of Capital One miles without even realizing it? I've got 6 strategies most cardholders completely overlook, especially number 5, which is a newer method that's a game changer. Let's get into it. The foundation of any miles earning strategy starts with sign-up bonuses. They're still the fastest way to earn the largest number of points in the shortest amount of time. But with Capital One, there's a strategic approach that you need to understand. But before I dive into any specific cards, let me ask you this. Did you know that you can actually combine points between essentially any card in the Capital One ecosystem? This means that your strategy could envelop your entire card portfolio and beyond just 1 or 2 cards. Here are the cards that allow you to earn transferable Capital One miles that we all know and love. The personal cards include the Capital One Venture, the Capital One Venture 1, and the Capital One Venture X. The business cards include the Capital One Venture X Business, the Capital One Spark Miles, and the Capital One Spark Miles Select. However, many people miss this. You can actually use Capital One's family of cash back cards like the Saver or the Quicksilver to earn cash back, which can then be transferred to miles if you have one of the miles earning cards I just mentioned. But just remember that this only works one way. You can convert your cash back over to miles, but you cannot transfer your miles back to cash back. And now before you start rushing to apply for multiple cards, you gotta understand Capital One's unique approval requirements. Unlike some other banks, Capital One is more sensitive to those with many credit cards and recent inquiries. If you're someone with only a few cards in your credit history, you'll likely have an easier time getting approved compared to someone with a dozen cards. For points enthusiasts with many cards, it kind of becomes a game of Minesweeper that you're playing in the first grade when you're just clicking on random boxes, hoping that you don't get denied. And there's really not a guaranteed way of knowing that you'll be approved. But there are some rules to kind of help guide your actions that you need to be aware of. Some people call these guidelines because there's definitely been exceptions that have been known to exist. For instance, you cannot hold both the Capital One Venture X and the Spark Cash Plus. You can only have one of these cards because both of these are charge cards and you can only have one charge card. Rule number 2 is that you can only be approved for one Capital One card every 6 months. So definitely space your applications at least 6 months from each other if you're getting more than one Capital One card. And then number 3 is that you won't be eligible for specific cards bonus until 48 months have passed since receiving that same bonus previously. And then number 4 is not really a rule, but it's a FYI. You can hold both the Venture and the Venture X simultaneously. So now that we got that out of the way, now let's talk about maximizing your earnings beyond the sign-up bonuses. This is where having the right combination of cards creates a powerful earning strategy. With Capital One, the popular stance is a simple 2-card strategy. You've got the Capital One Saver being the secret weapon often missing from people's wallets. I like that one because it earns 3x on dining, grocery, and entertainment purchases. Categories that I think kind of define the typical American spending habits, if I say so myself. Then for everything else, you could put those purchases on your Venture or your Venture X, which earns 2 points per dollar, which I know 1 extra point doesn't sound like a lot, but it adds up over time. And here's a lesser known or forgotten opportunity. You can actually earn 5x points on entertainment event tickets whenever you book it through Capital One's portal, whenever you have the Venture or the Venture X card. To access this, you simply log into your account, click on the entertainment button near your points balance, and then you can search from there. The selection varies widely depending on your city, but check their website for current offerings. It is powered by Vivid Seats, so you might want to double check the pricing to make sure that it's competitive compared to booking directly with the actual venue that's having the event. And now for business owners, your options are different. You've got the Capital One Venture X Business and the Spark Cash Plus, or any of the other Spark Miles cards. These can serve as your catch-all card for miscellaneous expenses in your business, but generally speaking, if you really wanted to maximize the number of points that you're earning with your business expenses, I might recommend supplementing these with a business card from another bank to maximize bonus categories such as advertising, software, or other business spend, so that way you can earn 3, 4, 5x more points per dollar instead of the 2 or 1.5 points that you'll get with Capital One. Now, beyond everyday spending, travel bookings offer substantial earning potential. With the Venture X personal and business cards, you'll earn 10x points on hotels and rental cars booked through the Capital One travel portal, and then you'll also get 5x points on flights booked through the portal. I particularly recommend booking rental cars this way. However, for hotels, there's an important consideration. Bookings made through the travel portal won't let you take advantage of any elite status benefits if you do have hotel status, and it won't count towards status qualifying nights if you're working towards earning hotel status. This might not matter to you if you're staying at boutique properties or you don't have hotel status and not really worried about it. However, for flights, you can usually still earn airline miles whenever you book through the portal, depending on the airline, but there are some risks whenever you book through a third-party platform. If something goes wrong, there's a chance you might find yourself caught between the airline and the Capital One travel portal, trying to resolve those issues. But truthfully, with travel, there's always that risk of getting screwed by someone somehow, right? Maybe I'm just being pessimistic, but either way, if you like this straightforward, low fluff information, you'll love my newsletter. All of these other folks do. The link is in the description and pinned comment if you're interested in learning more. But okay, so once you've got your credit card strategy established, referral offers are going to be another lucrative earning opportunity. You can earn up to 100,000 miles annually through referrals. But here's the catch that most people don't realize. Capital One only gives you the referral bonus if the person applying for the card has never had any Capital One card before. Typically, referral bonuses are about 10,000 miles each. Sometimes they'll elevate that bonus to 25,000 per person, but usually they cap it at 100,000 for a calendar year. But just remember that these referral bonuses are considered taxable income, so keep an eye out for the 1099 form come around tax time. And just to clarify, when it comes to points and miles, referral bonuses are really the only time that taxes and taxable points become a thing. But of course, I'm a nurse, not a tax advisor, so follow up with them. But anyways, now for strategy number 5, the one that's revitalized my own Capital One miles earnings, and that is Capital One's shopping portal. Until recently, their portal only offered cash back, but now you can earn miles directly whenever you have any venture card. What makes this especially valuable is that Capital One's portal covers an extensive range of merchants and frequently offers higher rates than competing portals. I've earned thousands of additional miles this way on purchases I was already planning on making. I recently just got miles back for just setting up internet through Google Fiber whenever I moved, and no other portal was actually offering miles on that. And now to access these offers, you'll just visit Capital One's website and browse through their offers section. It's that easy. However, a more convenient alternative than accessing your Capital One account every time is to download a browser extension like Savewise. This shows you available portal offers while you're shopping online. It will not only show you your Capital One travel portal earnings, but other shopping portals like Rakuten, American Airlines, even Chase if you had other points that you like to earn, and if you want to get the maximum number of them. It's relatively new. You're going to love the extension. I'm not sponsored, but I do have an affiliate link down below if you're interested. That'll be in the description and pinned comment. Now, a pro tip here, whenever you are shopping online, get to the checkout page, apply any promo codes first, and then close that tab. Click again through the shopping portal on Capital One or whichever portal you're using, and then your item should still be in your cart with the promo code attached. I like to do this just to ensure that the shopping portal I'm trying to get the credit to actually gets that last click before I hit buy. Because if you use a different browser extension to attach your promo codes, then that browser extension might get the click and the credit instead of the Capital One shopping portal or whoever else. If you do a lot of online shopping, the number of miles you earn from this method is going to rack up quickly. And then now the sixth strategy might be another one that's overlooked, but maybe it's not a true earning method. But anyway, you can transfer your Capital One miles to any other Capital One miles card holder. There's no household restrictions like other programs. It could be a friend or someone you met on the comments section of this video. All you need is their name and their credit card number. Feel free to drop those down in the comment section. Just kidding, don't. Just call Capital One's number on the back of your card, request to transfer those miles, provide the information I just mentioned, and it'll be done for you. This is perfect for pulling miles with family members or friends, especially if someone needs just a few thousand miles to reach that redemption they're going for, or if someone has status that they want to take advantage of, etc. Now, of these 6 strategies, the shopping portal has become my favorite, but earning is really only half of the equation. Knowing how to redeem these miles is where the real value multiplies. If you're interested in learning how to get 2 to 3 times more value when redeeming your miles, then I'll see you in this video here.